Here we go. So, hello everybody. It is January 26th, 26. So it's kind of a fun date, and then also it's a fun date because it's my anniversary date. Um, you'll see my t-shirt in a little bit, what it says, and you'll know why. So we're gonna start the call and probably end on time for sure. But I'm grateful to have everybody be here. It's a very tough time, like we said last Monday too. So wanting to share love and bring joy. And I almost feel like starting off with a song instead of the question, but I should show the question. So the question that we had for discussing was show and list the last three apps that you used. So, um, they're all kind of similar, what apps we use. And let me do a challenge question. Ooh, might be good. What are you listening to? Approach a stranger who's wearing headphones and ask them, what are they listening to? Get a glimpse into other people's worlds. Maybe you'll find a new soundtrack that to your life. So that's a interesting. A lot of times you think of leaving a person alone when they got their headphones on, right? But hey, asking them, hey, what are you listening to? That's a fun question. I'll do that with my kids because kids do that all the time. So that's a good questions there. All right, so let's go into a song. I put it in the chat, and it is a song that her name's Heather Pearson. I believe she lives in Vermont, and she says the song was words were inspired by Sharon Salzberg. Not who that person is, but it's a really nice, simple melody. It goes. Love like water is flowing and soft. So just that first part. Love like water is flowing and soft. And one more time, they say sets of three. Love like water is flowing and soft. And just like water strong enough to wear away a rock. So it's kind of builds up. So just like water strong enough to wear away a rock. So let's do that again. Um, it goes, love like water is flowing and soft. And just like water strong enough to wear away a rock. So we'll do that a few times. This is a new song that I'm teaching for someone who's just joining. I am recording, so I won't have you say anything, but it's a song by Heather Pearson and it's called Love Like Water. And it was inspired by, I guess, Sharon Salzberg, if you guys know who that is. It goes, love like water is flowing and soft, and just like water strong enough to wear away a rock. So love like water is flowing and soft, and just like water strong enough to wear away the rock. Love like water is flowing and soft, and just like water strong enough to wear away a rock. So that's the first part, and the second part goes, love is flowing and soft. So that's higher pitch, but you can do it lower. So love is flowing and soft, and love can wear away a rock. Love is flowing and soft, and love can wear away a rock. And I just realized that when the second person joined, I'll paste the lyrics again if you want to see it in the chat. So there it is if you're in the chat looking for folks online. So love like water is flowing and soft, and just like water strong enough to wear away the rock. Love like water is flowing and soft, and just like water strong enough to wear away a rock. And then let's do that maybe two more times, and then we'll do like four times of the other verses. Love like water is flowing and soft, and just like water strong enough to wear away a rock. Love like water is flowing and soft, and just like water strong enough to wear away a rock. And the next part, love is flowing and soft, and love can wear away a rock. Love is flowing and soft, and love can wear away a rock. Love is flowing and soft, and love can wear away a rock. Love is flowing and soft, and love can wear away a rock. Again, and when you hear this song, you hear percussions. I don't know if I have the original sound, and I haven't practiced it with drumming, but let me see. I'll try to do. I got the original sound. I could try. I have not. I don't know if I'm not a percussionist, but you know, why not? Oh, it goes, let's see if I can do it. Love like waters. No, I don't think I can do it. Oh, let's try it without, yeah, I gotta practice it more. Okay, love like water. Okay, no, wait, I gotta go back to the top. Okay, love like water is flowing and soft, and love. Oh, and just like water. Oh, wait, sorry. And just like water, you got. Oh, okay. I'm goofing up here. Okay, go back. Okay, love like water is flowing and soft, and just like water, strong enough to wear away the rock. Love like water is flowing and soft, and just like water, strong enough to wear away the rock. Love like water is flowing and soft, and just like water, strong enough to wear away a rock. One more time. Love like water is flowing and soft, and just like water, strong enough to wear away the rock. Love is flowing and soft, and love can wear away a rock. Love is flowing and soft, and love can wear away a rock. Two more times. Love is flowing and soft, and love can wear away a rock. Love is flowing and soft, and love can wear away a rock. So yeah, I'm gonna have to practice the percussion part, but that's why I was like, oh, I haven't done it, but it's so beautiful when you hear her, Heather Pearson, and other people to do it as well. So it's a really great song. So, and that's Heather Pearson. All right, take a sip of water. I just felt like singing, after a lot we've been through. So let's go into chanting first, and then we can go into movement, right? We're sitting more. Looks like my daughter's trying to call, but we'll get to it later. All right, so let's do a little chanting, or let's do the lymphatic. So if you have, we're going to flip the order today just because it's a good day to flip the order, right? Why not? So get a scarf if you don't have one, or a towel, or have a friend nearby. And we're going to do some chanting. Well, let's do lymphatic and then chanting because I like that order. And actually, I was telling somebody who was the person who does it. And I guess Dr. Perrin, who came up with that lymphatic, is recommending for people. He doesn't, I don't know if chant, but humming to move vibration is a great way to help our lymphatic system. So let's take some deep breaths, fingers on the nose, bridge of the nose, just gentle pressure, nice deep breath in. However that feels good for you, and try to let the belly expand because there's a lot of lymph nodes at the belly. And then gently exhale again. A third time. A fourth time. A fifth time. And a sixth time. And then we can let that go. Gently brush down your face. Feels like an instant way of calming my nervous system, which is really important to do right now. We need to calm our nervous system as much as possible. And then going over the ears with our hair. You know, last week we talked about the five things that you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can taste. And now let's go behind the head. And then I think 1 thing to smell, or 2 things to smell, 1 thing to taste or something. And one more time. Go behind the ears, leading it down to the clavicle. Same side. Just very gentle and loving. And then behind the other ear, the same one. And now we're gonna go below the chest on the side. And yeah, you'll get to see my cool t-shirt eventually, which says just married 30 years ago. And now we're gonna do over the chest or across and leading it to the clavicle. And one more time. And now we're gonna start at the sternum, or sternum, and just go up. And then other side. And like I said, doesn't matter which side you start first. You can do up or down, yeah. Sweeping across and around. I do have a tip for somebody. I just recently learned, if you get your mammograms done at U of M Health Fairview, it is a much easier mammogram than if you do it like in the suburbs. It's a much quicker system. They take less imaging because they have better machines. So tip for women, when you do your mammogram, I would go to a big facility that does a lot of mammograms because they have the best system and it's less painful. All right, now we're doing the sternum. I try to get mine done every January. All right, now we're gonna grab that towel, scarf, whatever you have, or if you have a friend who can rub on your back between the trapezoids, another point with a lot of lymphatic system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the last one, gently going down. All right, that is a great lymphatic routine. And now grab your water if you have it close by. And we're gonna take a few sips. Try gargling because I know that helps me a lot. It's great if you do a lot of speaking or if you have a raspy voice. All right, yay. All right, let's do the chanting. So eyes closed or open, whatever feels good. We're gonna do the Om, the which is the back of the throat sound, U out the front, E, and then we're gonna go do that overtone chanting, which is really fun. I think it's really fun. It's challenging but fun. All right, so let's do the chest. Whatever sound you like, you can change it. I can't hear you, so. All right. Om. moment to softening the body, letting yourself feel really relaxed, like you're in a safe space, because you are in this moment. Hopefully you're safe, you're in a safe space right now. You're in your room, in your living room or bedroom, and you can relax. And let's go into the next sound, which is ing, the back of the throat. Think of like so like humming, but in the back of the throat. So let's do that. And one more time. Relaxing the body. Taking a moment to reset and just, it's a beautiful feeling after the vibrations in the body, feeling that. I'm a little biased, right, because I like singing, so I really feel that euphoric feeling. Now we're going to move on to the ooh, kind of puckering your lips a little bit more, feeling that go through your throat to your lips, and doing that 5 times. And setting that intention. If you don't know how to do that, just set the intention. Making sure your jaw's relaxed and notice that sound difference. And one last time. Softening and relaxing the body. And then we'll move on into the E sound. And you can do a higher pitch if you like. Setting that focus to go to the sinuses. Let that resonate, the cavities, like a cave sound. Let's begin. Feeling that softness in the body. And now we're going to do the overtones, which is E, ooh, ooh, E, and going back and forth, and trying to hear that vibration in the back of the throat. Basically, it's that back of the throat and the mouth. And so they say a lot of times having a relaxed jaw is important. So, you know, some people have been saying yawning is really good. So if you're feeling stressed out, which I don't know very many people who are not stressed out right now, yawning, it relaxes, it triggers that nervous system to relax, that vagus nerve. So, and lifting the back of the palate. So you feel that, like when you yawn, that back of the lift of the palate. And ideally, that'd be great if you can do that in the overtone singing. I think that's my secret, is that lift in the back when you're yawning and having it come and kind of resonate in your skull, you know, that sound vibrations. It's pretty amazing how we can make sound, isn't it? All right, so let's start with E and go to ooh. Do that 2 times and then go ooh to E, and then we'll do 2 times of trying to do both. So let's begin. Do that again. And now ooh, E. Ooh, E. Ooh, E. And let's try that ooh to E and back to ooh. That's a lot more challenging. Let's try it again. And let's do it 2 more times, doing from E to ooh and back to E. And one last time. And take a normal deep breath, feeling relaxed, enjoying that calmness of the vibration. Good, that feels really nice, doesn't it? And I love doing the overtones at the end. And for some people who haven't been around, maybe you've heard that before, maybe you haven't. And I just find it's playful to do that overtones with it's fun to be playful. That's another thing that helps me in tough times, singing, moving, you know, of course laughing does, but sometimes it's hard to find a good laugh too right now. So, and then, you know, chanting, sounding, all that good stuff helps. So, all right, let's do a little bit of movement, and then we'll end a little bit early so we can have enough to say hi. But yes, that's my t-shirt, ordered on Amazon, and I do it every year. I started maybe 5 or 10 years ago, definitely 5 years ago, when we couldn't celebrate our 25th anniversary because of COVID. And now we can't celebrate because of, you know, ICE agents. So as far as like a big party, you know, we can always go out, but I just want to be careful right now. All right, so let's begin with bouncing, gently bending, softening the knees if you're able, flopping the wrists, relaxing the shoulders, just letting go of whatever you're carrying with you today. So whatever that is, it's a lot. Let's shake that off. Imagine it's dropping off like raindrops, like we're in the shower and we're just letting them shed. And the kidneys are very important in the winter time. The winter time, they're taxed more. So we want to gently move to side and tap the back of the kidneys and just giving them a little bit of love. And we definitely will do some kidney rub stuff to help. And kidney stores fear, and there is a ton of fear right now. So we need to be very mindful of our kidneys. And they say to be careful if you've had kidney stones, you know, not too hard. All right, and let's bring the hands up. Let the wrist flop. We can look funny. I just heard this most amazing story about a cat saving a person's life, actually. And I think we're all cat lovers on the Zoom call right now. Yeah, it's the person who leads the Course of Miracles that I follow. And her daughter almost passed away at 39. But it's a cat. The neighbor's cat heard her fall and kept meowing. The next door neighbor, so let's break it down. The next door neighbor was in her apartment. I'm assuming it's a her, but and the cat kept pawing at the front of the door and meowing and meowing and meowing. And finally the person's like, what? And then he looked out and saw that person collapsed and is alive, you know, but in recovery, you know, but isn't that a miracle? The cat saved another human's life. I think that's so cool. So if that's not inspiring, you know, because usually you hear dogs saving lives, which I love dogs, they're important too. But cats are pretty special too. So I've never heard a story of a cat saving a life though, but that happened. So I wanted to share you that uplifting story. I hope it's uplifting. So, all right, let's rub our kidneys as we're thinking of uplifting stories, right? How even animals can help. You know, let's call on the animal spirits, right? Whatever we're dealing with right now, let's gently rub our kidneys, you know, on the back. And it's okay, you know, animals are very much in tune with us as well. And they want to help us. And call on your spirit helpers, your guides, whatever you have, and invite them to help you during these tough times. And let's do a nice Qih massage. So this one is hands circle around, and as it circles around, it goes back for the kidneys. And then gently rubbing it again, and going down, bending your legs, tracing along the toes, and then coming up the inner pant leg, hands rise as it comes off the belly. There's many variations of this move. This is just one of them. But let's gently rub the kidneys. So 30 years ago when I got married, it was 6 below zero was the high and 26 below zero. So today is similar weather in Minnesota. So it hasn't changed a bit. No, I'm just kidding. Hands rise and circle around. And I've always wondered, I was like, wow, it's 26 below zero. We're getting married January 26, 1996. I was like, I don't know what 26, I'm going to have, why is that a special number, right? And this year, it's January 26, 2026, which I think is a fun year. Reminder, golden year anniversary, I guess. The year of your anniversary date. gather around. They're going to spend a lot of time sending love to you. But you know, we ended up sponsoring 27 immigrants. So I think we have one extra person. So maybe somebody was a mistake. That's the only thing I can think of. But I was like, why is the universe? What's so special about 26? Right? That's the only thing I've come up with so far, is that it represented, we sponsored, you know, Javed's family. And hands rise up. And then bring hands down. Gently rub. And gently coming down. Bending the knees, making sure that we circle around. And hands rise up. So that was a kind of a fun new song that I taught earlier today. You can think about it, right? Love is like water, flowing and soft. And just like water, it's strong enough to wear, you know, clear away a rock. Yeah, so whatever is hard in your life, stressful in your life, bringing love to your kidneys, right? What's the opposite of here? Love. So let's bring lots of love. Maybe it's animals that you love, right? Music, art. Thank you for coming for the folks that came on Tuesday. It was really fun to do that artwork. And, you know, I am free next Tuesday, but it also is one of my best friend's birthdays, but I think they have plans already. But if they're busy, then I'll be free, and I could do a Zoom call and do another fun thing. So keep that in mind. Let me know if you're interested in doing a Zoom call next week. If my friend is busy, then I will be free. And let's do that maybe one more time after this one. We finish this one. One last time. Think of the purest, simplest, seeing a baby, you know, right? If that doesn't give you love, seeing a newborn baby, right? Is imagining that love. And if you can't touch your toes, imagine instead. And hands rise up. Beautiful. Let's do, you know, some of the times we were working on that brace tiger and stuff. Let's do a little Tai Chi Cha, 2 moves from there, and then we'll call it good. I know it's hard to look at requests, but let's ground ourselves. Feeling soft knees, feeling the soles of our feet. And I invite you to go nice and slow and try to decide which move to use. Let's do pulling in the energy, right? A lot of us are feeling really depleted right now. So I'm gonna mirror you. I'm gonna go a little bit further back. We're gonna put our left foot in front. So if you've never done this before, just a comfortable distance, all your weight's in the back. We're gonna shift all our weight to the front. So when you pick up the back foot, it doesn't lift. And then we shift the weight. And you imagine the shifting is coming from the center. So there's not a rocking motion. That would be a rocking motion, right? This is a gliding motion. And if you go slow, it's easier to do. So try it slowly, thinking of like you're locked down, like maybe you're surfing, you know, right? It's more like surfing, right? Because I bet surfers have to maintain, right? Right? Being on that surfboard really comes from here. So imagine you're on a surfboard. I bet nobody's thought of that one before. And Tai Chi Cha, it just came to me now as we're talking. All right, so we're gonna have the left foot out, and we're gonna have the palms in, fingers are near each other, but fingers are not touching, and we're gonna imagine like we're circling around and holding a platter. All right, so left foot in front. So as we shift our weight from left to right, imagine energy from the most distant star streaming through the tips of your fingers. And sorry if you're hearing that phone call, I don't know if you are or not, but looks like you're not, so that's good. Usually people don't call me at this time, but it is our anniversary, so. Imagine shifting that weight, just holding the hands, feeling like dust, collecting stardust right at our chest level, so it's nice. Pulling in energy. Let's do that one last time. Bring that foot in, hands separate, hands turn over, come to rest, ground ourselves, and then release. I like to let go in between the movements. That's my practice, how I like to do it. So who would I be without my story? That's my, I like to say that phrase in my head. Who would I be without my story? Whew. I feel a lot lighter. All right, let's do the other side. Hands together, holding that plate. Shifting the weight and shifting it back. So again, same image. Imagine energy streaming through the tips of your fingers from the most distant star. Good. Let's do that a few more times. And one more. Bring the hands together, the feet come to rest. Deep breath and let go. Who would you be without your story? And let's do one more movement from Tai Chi Cha. I think last time I did 6 ceiling sounds, so let's do another carry the ball. Let's do carry the ball. So we're going to put our heels out, hands hold a ball. We're going to step out to the left first. So I'm copying you right now, I'm mirroring you. We're going to shift the weight, hands past the ball, past the middle, and shift the weight back. Shift the weight again, and shift the back. And then now the third time we pick up the foot, hands release, come down the center. Let's do that again, stepping out to the left. If you've done this before, they like to emphasize the opposite hand as it passes the center, which would be the right hand. And then I think that was the third time, bring the foot up and hands come down the center. One last time, stepping out to the left. Some people say it's like a Nerf ball. And now the third time, shift the weight, pick up the foot, hands release, come down the center. So let's take that deep breath, release. Who would I be without my story? You know, I'd be here in this moment, you know. Let's do it now to the other side, to the right. Heel first, hold the ball, shift the weight, shift it again. And now the third time, shift the weight, pick up the foot, hands release, come down the center. Again, stepping out to the right. Now the third time, pick up the foot, hands release, come down the center. And one last time. And you've done it before, you focus now on the left hand that crosses the belly area as it's holding the Nerf ball. And the third time, release, hands rise, and come down the center. Taking that deep breath. and release. Let's take a moment to sit in our chairs as we did that beautiful movement together. I wanted to allow enough time to people to chat, because I do want to leave early, or on time. All right, well, thank you so much for coming in and watching. I'm going to end the recording. I appreciate it, your support, and look forward to seeing you next week.